Dated throughout history, there have been dozens of alleged vampire sightings, some more infamous than others. And although the lore changes over time, the legends remain the same. Vampires, undead creatures of the night. Today I'm going to look at a couple of clips that may or may not contain vampires in them. Number 1. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Slapped Ham, although it looks like it was originally from YouTube user Vision Paranormal. And in this clip we have CCTV footage of what seems to be two monsters out for a stroll. More so, vampires. If we were to follow the strict rules set by vampires, apparently vampires cannot be caught on camera due to not having a reflection. But assuming that's just a myth, it's very likely that these are two people coming from either a Halloween event or maybe some kind of scary con. It also really depends where you are nowadays, because if this is New York, this is nothing out of the norm. Playing devil's advocate though, and leaning into the possibility of this being real, this is creepy that there are two just conspicuous vampires walking around in what could be broad daylight, maybe broad moonlight. It's not enough to sell me, but it's interesting nonetheless.
As two men walk down an alleyway, a closer look reveals their remarkably striking features. Both individuals appear to have long, pointy ears, dark eyes, and elongated noses, leading to comparisons with the classic depiction of vampires.
Number 2. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Mysterios, and in this video we have footage from a store that happens to capture a strange anomaly on camera. As you can see here, the girl sitting on the bench's reflection is showing in the mirror, but as the young man walks by the mirror, his reflection does not show. So does this mean we saw a modern day vampire on camera? It's quite possible that this is just good editing, but then again it makes you think. Supposedly the reason vampires can't be seen in mirrors is because older mirrors are made with silver, and silver has something to do with being pure. I'm not truly fully versed on that. But assuming this is not a vampire, this could be the spirit of an emo kid trapped in the early 2000s, forever cursed to wander the hot topic that he used to enjoy sulking in. It's not enough for me to go on personally, but I will say it is an interesting clip. What do you think? Comment down below. Number 3. This video is brought to us by TikTok user NerdZeo, and in this video we have somebody who apparently has the ability to conceal a pair of fangs. It's an interesting clip that I don't have an outright explanation for. We see somebody who shows us that there's nothing hidden inside their gum line or behind their teeth, but then they look down, and when he looks back up here, he's going to have fangs. Now it's possible this is done with a filter, it's possible that this is just a trick of editing, maybe it's a genetic disorder, but I highly doubt that this is a vampire. I've seen other clips similar to this online, so it makes me weary. It makes me think it's probably not the case. It's like when you see somebody sitting there with animal legs and a tail. It's the same kind of concept every time. A trick of the lens for 15 seconds of fame. But what do you think? Do you think those fangs were real? Or do you think this was something done through Snapchat or Instagram? I'm not sold, but then again, I'm not sold on 90% of the stuff I show you, so keep that in mind and take that with a grain of salt.
Aqui, ó, na cidade de Forquilha, ele vai mostrar aqui pra vocês como não é mentira. É verdade, pode começar.
Isso que vocês estão prestes a ver é extremamente bizarro e assustador. Esse rapaz afirma ser um vampiro real e se transforma em frente às câmeras. O mais bizarro é que ele mostra o interior de sua boca, deixando claro que não existe nada escondido dentro dela. Veja o vídeo e tire as suas próprias conclusões, mas peço que não tenha medo e assista até o fim, pois sua opinião é muito importante para nós.
Aí, ó, os dentes dele, ó, céu da boca, Vamos lá. Aí, ó, como vocês podem ver, a boca dele normal agora de novo.
Fake ou real?
Number 4. This video comes from TikTok user Alex Calvo's Haunted. Alex is no stranger to the unknown. In fact, according to his other TikToks, it states that his family's been dealing with paranormal entities for the last 100 or so years. In this video, Alex is filming his house after hearing a couple of noises when he comes across a strange figure in the doorway. This figure resembles a vampire. But not just any vampire, the vampire, Nosferatu. Unfortunately, this figure was spotted in a dark area and is only on film for a couple of seconds, so it's possible that we're seeing something that actually isn't there and our minds are all tricking us. This could just be an extended case of pareidolia. But here you can see Alex brightens the clip, and there definitely is something that's moving and something that vanishes, so it's hard to debunk this one. I don't really have an answer for it. It's creepy, and I know I've used it before, but I'm doing a video on vampires. I feel like this fit the theme. How did an old school vampire get in his house without being invited in?
Okay, trying again. Hearing sounds up here, like somebody's moving around. This stuff's been happening, but as soon as I pull my phone out, everything stops. I don't know. I don't know. I swear I heard somebody up here. Holy shit, I don't know what happened. That thing vanished, and my camera stopped recording immediately at the same time. It's gone. Here's a slowed down version of what you saw, brightened and close up. I'm gonna post a still. I'm not sure how well you can see it. It turned like an old man to the door, lurched forward, and vanished. Honestly, at a loss for what to do from here, but I'll keep you guys updated.
Number 5. This video is brought to us by TikTok user CatLoda1990, and in this video, apparently Cat drives by the same area every day and sees a supposed vampire hanging outside this building. This must be a New Age vampire, considering that the sun doesn't bother it, and it lives in Florida, which, Florida is the sunshine state. After getting a good look at this still, I'm leaning less towards vampire and more towards either goth, emo, or possibly even crackhead. All three of those things can be found in Florida. However, I highly doubt that this was a vampire. If you had caught this in New Orleans, maybe, but again, I need more to convince me than just you driving by a possible homeless person. Although, think about it, if you were going to try to convince somebody that you weren't a vampire, you'd live the one place vampires never would live. Huh. Food for thought.
Real vampire. Okay, here we go.
Number 6. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Tanya Thunderstorm Emoji. In this video, we have a talk show host. Tyra is interviewing a supposed vampire who's outed himself, if I had to guess, probably around the time Twilight was really big. Not to be stereotypical and judge, but he looks like the type. He dresses in all black, he's got the dark hair, he's got a decent physique. If he wasn't a vampire, he's just a fuckboy trying to pick up girls who are into that dark, creepy shit. Not that I'm looking to hate, but this is reality TV, and everybody knows there's nothing real about reality TV. It's very possible for this segment, everything she prepared in tandem for this, was meant to just boost the ego, push the lie, get people to watch, you know? That's the whole goal, views. Go ahead and watch him do his little stunt here on her show, and you decide for yourself.
Okay, so you got the blood test.
Correct.
And he tested you, and what were the results?
The results were inconclusive,
And what does that mean?
meaning that I have the same type of blood pathogen level, things like that. Everything just came out pretty much inconclusive. They weren't able to come up with any results, per
Any
se.
results at all? Were they strange results?
Some things were, yes, higher glycemic levels, things like that.
And what about, you have no body fat?
Correct. If I were to place my hands on one of the electronic counters, it comes up as error every time.
Really?
Correct.
Wow, mine comes up as something else. Even when I was really, really skinny, I had a high body fat content. It was weird. I was like, your weight, and they said you need to get in shape, which is weird. Anyway, tell us about these abilities. Okay, first let's do the strength ability. You're 125 pounds and you can bench press how much?
On a Smith Climb machine, I've been able to do 270, maximum 280. And with that right there, approximately 425.
So I've got 425 pounds over there.
Okay.
Oh, and I want to see you. What is it called? Bench pressing with the legs? I don't know what that's
called. Yeah, it's called a leg press on a 45-degree angle.
Bench press with your legs. That's what I'm gonna call it. So let's go do that right now. Let's see if you can do that because that's like pretty amazing. Come on over.
Take my coat off.
What was that breath? Was that getting ready for
just
something?
making bones. I feel like I'm getting old. Actually, I've got this thing behind me. I'm going to have to pull it out.
The mic pack.
Yeah, mic pack. There we go. One.
Wow, you can go on forever, I'm sure. Okay, we got another test. I have one that I'm more interested in.
Okay.
It's the smell test. The smell test. Okay, come on over. Over here. So you have a sensitive smell more than the average human, right?
Yes.
Put this on. Now I want you to guess what's on the plate just by smelling it. Let's start with plate number 1. Smell it.
Chocolate.
Yeah, it's chocolate. Wow, that's funny because I can't smell that at all. I really can't. I have good sense of smell. What's that one?
Blood. Steak.
Yeah. Wow. That was. Isn't that funny at all that he said blood first? He said blood. I thought he was going to say.
Can you blame me?
Okay, and last but not least. I don't even know what that is. I think I know.
It's a fruit. Mango.
Close.
Close.
Well, is it a mango? Yes, it's a mango. Thank you very much. Woo!
Vampires, is there any truth to them? I'll let you decide that for yourself. Hopefully some of these videos help sway your decision. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed today's content, and if you did, maybe consider clicking that like button, clicking the subscribe button, clicking the share button, sharing this with other people who don't believe in vampires, and most importantly, I'd like to thank you for your viewership and helping me reach my goal of 2,400 subscribers. Let's shoot for 3,000. Next.